All right, so our final topic in this chapter, and then we will be done, is going to be something called absolute value inequalities. So we're going to be looking what happens if it's not an equal sign, but a greater than or a less than. And I want you guys to think about something. If I said, and I'm thinking about this, the distance from 0 of a number needs to be less than 2. Well, you would say, okay, then it could be from 0 to 2, but it could also be from 0 to -2, because we're talking about distance, right? What if I said the absolute value of a number has to be greater than 2? The distance from 0 needs to be bigger than 2. Well, then you would say any number over here has a distance greater than 2, and any number over here has a distance of greater than 2 away from 0. So when we're talking about absolute value inequalities, we're going to be, these are kind of our answers. They're sections of the graph that are our answers. Less than, I want you to write this somewhere. Less than always looks like this. They always look like a little dumbbell. But on the greater, right, I'm going to say greater, or it looks like boat oars, right? It looks like you're rowing a boat. So let's see an example. Let's just jump into it. So the absolute value of 2x minus 1 is less than -5. Well, let's think about what numbers are less than 5 away from 0. Well, it's all of those numbers, right? So here's what we're going to say. 2x minus 1 needs to be less than 5, but it also needs to be greater than -5, right? So all we do is flip the sign and the symbol. Flip the sign and the symbol. Okay, so then go ahead, add 1, divide by 2, add 1, divide by 2. So our final answer is x has to be less than 3, open circle, and greater than -2. And it's all the answers in between. Now we can write this in interval notation, right? Can't we just say that that's -2 to 3? And we have open dots. So those are kind of our two ways that we could answer that problem. So let's try another one. 3x minus 4, the distance from 0 has to be less than or equal to 8. Well, let's see. That means that 3x minus 4 could be less than or equal to 8, or 3x minus 4 could be greater than or equal to -8, right? On the other side. So you can go ahead and solve those. Less than or equal to 4. Let's see. Add 4, we get -4. So x is greater than or equal to -4/3. And that is -1.333333. So on our graph, we're going to say less than or equal to 4. So that's a closed dot at 4. But greater than or equal to -1.333333. Right? So it's all the numbers in between there. Now we could also write this in interval notation, right? We could say, hey, from -4/3 on the left all the way until 4. And because they are filled in, we would put brackets. So any number in this interval would make this equation true. Let's try another one. Let's see. 2x plus 4, the absolute value needs to be greater than or equal to 6. So let's see, greater than or equal to 6. So you would say it needs to be greater than or equal to 6, or on the other side, less than or equal to -6, right? Flip the sign and the symbol. So subtract 4, so 2x is greater than or equal to 2. So x is greater than or equal to 1. Subtract 4, so 2x is less than or equal to -10. So x is less than or equal to -5. So it's either, so this is going to be an or, it's greater than or equal to 1, or less than or equal to -5. So you can see it's two sections, right? Oars look like boat oars. To write that in interval notation, we will say -infinity to -5, bracket, right? That's talking about this one. And then 1 to infinity, bracket, that's talking about this one. Stick a union in the middle. Last example, it says, can you write the absolute value inequality to describe the graph? Well, let's see where 0 is, or the middle. The middle is at 0. So it's 4 this way and 4 this way. So let's see, it's got to be less than 4 away on both sides. So we would just say absolute value of x is less than 4, because they're open circles. Let's see, the middle here is 0. It's 3 that way and 3 that way. So we're going to have 3, absolute value of x, but it's going to be greater than 3 away because they're ors, greater than or equal to because they're filled in.